Hello everybody, my name is Connor and we are here with Marco versus Vegapunk. Trying something different with the camera angle for this game. Game is a little bit older, so if you guys like it, let me know. I can start doing this camera angle in the future. But my opponent, One Don, decided if he wants to play Shaka on the board or in life. Gonna go ahead, put that Shaka in life. That Shaka triggers so good in Vegapunk. And for us, starting off with 2 Dawn, gonna go ahead, get the Monet on the board. Thinking about if I want to rest it here. Not thinking I do. But my opponent, one of the OG Marco players, he's like, go ahead, cycle like you probably should. So I listened to him, and we get a Seaquake off the top, resting the Monet. Forgot about that part. And I think I'm going to bottom deck the Seaquake here. Yeah, I bottom deck the Seaquake. I think I should have bottom decked Divine Departure. I don't like Divine Departure in this deck. It doesn't really feel like it has a good spot to play it. Maybe my buddy Bryce, who this is his deck list, maybe he has more success with it, but I just haven't really found a good spot to play it in. My opponent is taking some time to think about his turn, so during this moment, I am going to remind you guys, if you guys are looking for a way to support the channel and want to get yourself something cool, 1000noble.com. That's where I sell my custom playmats. Playmats like both playmats featured in this video. Actually, I have designed the one I'm using. I made for Luffy, but the Marco and Ace playmat is available on my website, 1000noble.com. And yeah, it's a great way to support the channel. And I love making playmats. So it'd be cool if you guys needed one and checked out my shop. Let me know what leaders you want to see a playmat for. But my opponent, playing Vegapunk, he's going to go ahead play it down the Lilith for One Don, searching the top 5 for a Egghead character. Debating what he wants to pick here. I feel like there's a lot of good options in the Vegapunk deck. I just feel like Vegapunk is one of those leaders that is just so fun to play, and his package is pretty good, I guess. But he is going to go ahead and grab the, I believe that was the Rayquaza Help. Really good trigger there. Going to go ahead, get our 2 extra Dawn, sitting at 4 Dawn here. Monet on board. What can we do here? Going to go ahead, top deck a Rush Ace, the 5-cost Rush Ace. Trying to figure out what I want to bottom deck. Gonna end up bottom decking that 7-cost Ace. That 7-cost Ace is honestly so good. I am always so sad to bottom deck that. Minusing 2 to the Lilith, and man, I wish I had a Seaquake here. Yeah, a Seaquake. I don't remember how many this list is running, but kind of feel like I should up it, honestly. And this is tough. I'm just gonna go ahead and swing pretty big there. I don't know if you guys can hear, Vi doesn't like that play. I'm not the biggest fan of that play either, but we are going to get the Shaka triggered out on board. Ideally, we'll be able to pop it, but the thing about Shaka, especially since we know my opponent has the Rayquaza Help, he's never going away. He is not going away unless we bottom deck him, and that's most likely not going to happen. I think we're running a couple maybe 1 or 2 red rocks in this list. I don't remember. It's been a hot minute since I looked at my Marco list. Actually just dismantled Marco to build some other decks for you guys. No spoilers, but yeah. Also, pretty soon we will be doing our look at the OP12. No, we're on OP11. We'll be doing our look at the OP11 leaders. We're going to skip Blue Purple Luffy, though, because I'm going to play Blue Purple Luffy. I've decided, and we posted a video yesterday about Blue Purple Luffy, so check it out if you are interested. But my opponent, taking some time to think about what he wants to do. Looks like he's going to swing pretty big with Lilith here. I think that's a 7 at my face, and I'm going to take it. Getting another Newgate. Newgate is so good. Another 7 at my face. Feeling like I need to counter. Don't really have the counter. We are going to get the Red Rock trigger. Are we going to trigger it? Yeah, we'll bottom deck the Lilith. Just get it off the board. I think that's pretty worth it overall. Dropping down to 2 life. Using my reasonably sized dice there to count my life, because on this red playmat, you can't really see it. So, yeah, pretty good. He's going to use 1 Dawn to put the Rayquaza Help in life. Unable to restand Shaka there. So, thinking at this point, I just swing face. He doesn't have anything in trash at this moment. So, well, if we are gonna play the Newgate, we are probably gonna pop the Shaka. I don't know. Is that... No, we're not gonna play Newgate. We are gonna put a Dawn on Marco. Leader ability to check what's on top. Getting a Rayleigh there. Rayleigh, such a good... Rayleigh so good. Looks like we're gonna bottom deck the Newgate. I don't see... Do we have another Newgate in hand? If we don't, that's a silly thing here. We're gonna go ahead minus the Shaka one more time, making it minus 3k. And we are gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Popping that with the Marco. Are we gonna swing 6 here? It feels a little silly to pop Shaka just to swing 6 immediately in the next turn. I think we actually go ahead and pass, not wanting to give him that Ivor Quasar help immediately. Another Newgate in hand that could signal to me if we can keep Monet alive, which pretty good chance we can keep Monet alive. We can pop that. Actually, even without keeping Monet alive, Newgate able to pop a 5k. That is honestly, that's insane. That is kind of insane. And yo, we got Rush Ace on hand. We are ready to play ace upon ace if we need to. Divine Departure still in our hand, and we are ready to do our Sanji play. Ideally, we find something good to, well, I mean, we have a couple of options, but we're not exactly at 9 Dawn yet. 6 Dawn going up to 8 Dawn, so we'll probably play Newgate next turn is my guess. My opponent going to go ahead, tap 1, play out the Vegapunk blocker. Looking at the top 5 for a Scientist. This blocker is honestly, like, really good. Like, it's kind of annoying how good this blocker is, in the grand scheme of things. And we'll talk about it later when he really shows off how powerful this blocker is. Kind of a pain in my ass. Taking his time to think about which Scientist he wants to grab. My buddy Buck, he... very, very cool guy, but he really thinks through his plays. And honestly, I could learn a thing or two from him. I probably need to do more thinking. Playing out the Pythagoras, I believe is his name, also a Scientist. Never really noticed that the Egghead characters were also Scientists. But I'm still in Wano, so what do I know? Yep, gonna go ahead and play out the Pythagoras. Thinking about it for a second there. But besides that is the play. Let's see, that was with, so we got 2 bodies out with 1 Dawn, I believe, tapping 1 Dawn to leader ability, if I'm not mistaken. Gonna go ahead, tap some more Dawn there to play out something. Luffy, oh, Rocket Luffy, of course, good old Rocket Luffy, and pass the turn. Now, this is tough. I think we realistically, we need to kill the Rocket Luffy here, but we'll see. We're gonna go ahead, put a Dawn on Marco before drawing our card, because we know we're gonna lead our ability. Most likely now gonna play the Newgate. Pretty simple play. At 8 Dawn, I feel like a Newgate play is a pretty solid play, especially because we can get the extra Dawn, but we are gonna bottom deck Divine Departure finally. I think actually we cycled there, did the leader ability. Yeah, putting Divine Departure on the bottom. I definitely think that I am going to cut Divine Departure if I end up playing Marco again. We're going to tap 7, get the extra Dawn on the Marco there. The Marco lead, excuse me, we have 2 Marcos on the board. And torn between popping the, I think, the Vegapunk blocker as well as, or the Rocket Luffy. I think Rocket Luffy is the play, and I think, yeah, that is what we are going to go ahead and pop. Going to be able to keep Monet alive for the most part. And now just going to go ahead, swing 6 there. Switching the direction. All my board has to be rested the same direction. I don't know if you guys are similar. And he's going to go ahead, check what he has in his life, or in his trash. He's going to go ahead and block that. Minus there, giving 2 extra Dawn to Marco and swinging really big. And he's gonna get the Ivor Quasar help, and he's gonna play out Vegapunk. Vegapunk, no matter when he gets played, your turn or your opponent's turn, he's going to search the top 5 for another scientist. That's so annoying. So annoying. But he's going to look at the top 5, trying to decide which body he wants to play on board. My buddy Ian trying to figure out what this Vegapunk blocker does. Still haven't had a lot of experience into playing into Vegapunk. I really want Vegapunk to be good. I think hitting Raigo hit him more than Enel. I think. Let me know what you guys think. But he is going to go ahead and play out the Atlas. The Atlas going to be able to be KO'd here since we're both at 2 life. I think it's also able to be KO'd by effects. I think. I can't remember if it can't be KO'd by effects or by battle. I think it's by battle. Not super experienced with the Vegapunk, obviously. But yeah, I can't wait to get to Egghead. I've heard it's a great arc. I am still in Wano. Really enjoying Wano though, but this could potentially be a pretty painful turn here. Depending on what my opponent does. We do have a decent amount of counter in hand, thank goodness. But yeah, I haven't really... Well, we have swung into life, but it's hard to dwindle life when your opponent can just re-establish life with 1 Dawn. Pretty good ability. Thankfully, it's not... Thankfully, it's type locked. Could you imagine if he could put any card in life? Oh my god, that'd be insane. He would be definitely one of the best leaders. But taking some time thinking about how he wants to swing. I'm gonna swing the 6 into Marco. And I'm gonna give him a 2k there. Is it 6? It might be 7. Another 7 into Marco. And I think I'm actually gonna let him die and then trash the Red Rock. My opponent, I know after this he was pretty, he forgot about Marco ability, which is valid. I don't feel like Marco is a card that gets played a lot, realistically. So that honestly feels pretty bad there. And in his defense, I feel like I rarely have a event to trash to keep Marco alive. I don't run a lot of events in this deck, so it just so happened that I had a Red Rock. Red Rock could have been useful on some of his board. I don't know. I feel like I would want to Red Rock the Vegapunk blocker just so he can't do the Ira Quasar help into 2 bodies again, but that feels so bad to Red Rock a 0 cost character, or zero power, excuse me. It's got cost. But trying to figure out what he wants to do with the remainder of his Dawn. Yeah, definitely got a little lucky there. Gonna go ahead and tap that and play out a Rush Ace, swinging 7 at lead, I believe. Yeah, and I'll go ahead and let Marco die. At this point, I've pitched enough cards for him, and yeah, don't really want to. And then he's gonna go ahead and put, I believe that's an Edison up top there. So 9 on. You guys know what is about to happen here. It is the good old Sanji turn. We're gonna go ahead and leader ability, draw a card, drawing a Newgate. Newgate pretty good, but we are gonna go ahead and put the Rayleigh up top. Just a really good way to just what am I trying to say? It is late and my brain is not braining. A really good way to kind of hold your opponent at bay, because even if you don't kill something, it minuses cost throughout the turn. So Sanji and Rayleigh going to come down, and we are going to be putting the paint on with the Newgate already established. There's a great chance that we are going to just... this board is gone, I think, for the most part. Trying to figure out how I want to... what I want to minus by how much, and how do I... Yeah, my opponent telling me I should kill Ace, and I'm thinking, well, I got Newgate. Newgate's got Ace on this point. A little father-son violence, always good, I think. Yeah, trying to think about how I want to minus. Looks like I'm going to minus, and a minus there, and we're going to pop the What is her name? Atlas. Gonna pop the ace there. I don't know if... Gonna minus by 3 the... What is that guy's name? Oh, 2 Dawn. Gonna go to lead there. And gonna swing pretty big at Pythagoras. Minus him again. Oh, I just wanted to swing really big. That must be what it's about there. But established a pretty good board there. Gonna get the Vegapunk blocker back in trash and pass turn. Pythagoras minus 2k here, which realistically doesn't... I don't think... I know some Vegapunks are playing the 8 cost kid. But I don't think minusing his body by 2 hurts too bad, because I feel like as Vegapunk you just have an excess amount of Dawn. For the most part. Especially when your hand size gets low. My opponent's hand size looking not super low, but a little low. It's looking manageable. Not puddingable. Is that a word? It's a word now. Sorry guys. As I said, it is late. I'm once again behind on videos. You guys know how it is. You guys know how I do. My opponent taking the time to think about what he wants to do. Ideally, we're going to be able to just swing through next turn and take game, but who knows? You never really know with Vegapunk, because Vegapunk has just so many triggers. Gonna go ahead and tap 1, playing down the Vegapunk blocker. He's back. Vegapunk blocker really at MVP for my opponent in this game, I feel. But we do have another new game in hand. Potentially, if he doesn't get another... Vegapunk blocker and a Shaka blocker. That, for 1 Dawn, that's pretty good. He has yet to see stage, though. I know he mentioned that during this tournament. I think he said he didn't see stage once, which is so unlucky. Stage makes Vegapunk so... I don't want to say harder to deal with. I mean, it makes bodies harder to remove for sure. Pythagoras gonna swing pretty big at something. It looks like my new gate. No, letting my new gate go. A shame, really. And passing turn. We are gonna go ahead and drawing into the chopper. Now it's gonna be because of that Vegapunk into Shaka play and my opponent clearing my new gate. I don't think I'm on. I don't think I can finish here. Maybe past Connor sees away. I have 2 aces in hand, so no, I'm just gonna go ahead and play Newgate down. Newgate. I think this is the only time this tournament I saw multiple Newgates. Actually more than like 1. We're gonna go ahead bottom deck 1 of the rush aces, getting a Duval up top. That is pretty good. We're gonna go ahead tap the Newgate to rest or to pop the Vegapunk, minusing 2 to Pythagoras. With a big board here, 8 into Pythagoras. Yeah, that's gonna go. That makes sense. And then, do I want to swing at lead or not? That is the question, really. Am I thinking about playing Monet? That seems weird. Gonna go ahead swing 10 at lead. Gonna go ahead get that Edison out, and then Monet ability to Dawn on Marco. Gonna go ahead swing big there, minusing the Shaka by 3, making it a 3k blocker. He's gonna go ahead and take that trigger into, is that another Shaka? Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead tap 2 for the Duval. Looking at our top 3, not really anything that's gonna help us win game here, so I'm just gonna throw those on the bottom and hope we can keep the board alive here. We have a decent amount of counter in hand, 4 cards in hand, and no stage for my opponent. Really big for me. Looking at that board though, it really depends what my opponent can do here. He's in a really tough spot, and you know, honestly, like, shout out to my buddy, man. He played through this game, and I feel like he was just so unlucky during this tournament. He's gonna Nami to pop the Duval. I respect it, honestly. Thankfully, we have some counters. Just trying to figure out how he can go for game, if he can go for game here. 2 life. He's got 3 swings because Vegapunk attackless leader here. Kind of one of the better attackless leaders, if you ask me. I think Rebecca's gotten a bit better. I think the worst is probably Vivi still, which is a shame because definitely one of the cooler characters. A big swing with Pythagoras coming through. We'll go ahead and take that. Getting a Rayleigh, that's a little scary, honestly. The Shaka swinging 8, I think. Yeah, gonna go ahead and counter out there. The rest on the Shaka will go ahead and take. Getting Ivankov, and yeah, my buddy Buck says that is the end. We are gonna go ahead and get him next turn. So shout out to my opponent. Thanks for playing through with me. Sorry he got so unlucky, man. That is the worst. I feel you though. But yeah, that is Marco and the Vegapunk. I think we just did a really good job of controlling his board and keep continually applying that pressure. You know, the things that Marco does. But that's going to do it for me, guys. If you guys like this video, hit that like button down below. Helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Sanji と申します。すぐに片付けますのでご安心を。おらー！これじゃあキリがねえ。